new hurley, and this is everything. This is what you do. You'd have a look at it. You're like, oh yeah, good grain in that chat. The grain is close. See, the grain is close there. That means that it's good. That's what
like,
the education
for me, no, grain never bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, I tell people now who are asking, what should I pick? Like, I'd say, right, pick it up and feel it. Don't even look at it. And if it feels right, that's the one. I'd look at it after, and if the grain is nice, better again.
Yeah.
But like my brother Jory, he never had a nice grain in his hurleys. It was always kind of a fishtail grain he'd go for.
Really?
He felt that they'd never break. They'd feel good, but wouldn't look nice. So like everyone is different. Some people don't have a clue what they're looking at. Some people, like I said to you earlier, I had a few lads in earlier, 12 and 13-year-olds coming in now weighing their hurleys.
Yeah.
Whereas the intercounty players would hardly weigh them for you.
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I'm a comedian. This podcast is about my life, my wife, my likes and dislikes, hurling, football, movies, sex, drugs and rock and roll without the sex, drugs and rock and roll. There are going to be special guests and always regular contributors, but mostly it's going to be me and my main squeeze, the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. John, what are you like? What do you like, boy? What do you like deep down inside? Who are you?
Yeah.
If you had to stand before your maker and say, I'm John O'Connor, I am, what are you? Who are you?
Yeah, it is funny like that. My wife would ask me there at times, what are you thinking about? And I'd say nothing. That the head is clear at times.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing to be able to have just a clear head.
Yeah. But I think, who am I? I think it'd be silly to not say first and foremost, because I've been very lucky through GA. I'd be very silly to say I'm not a hurley maker. I've been doing it full time myself for 17 years, but we've been doing it for 30 years, and I've grown up as a hurley maker. It's turned us into few of us into what we are, and so to be silly, like you'd hear a guy saying, I don't want to be known as just a hurler or a footballer or a soccer player. Geez, I love people saying, oh, geez, I use your hurleys. You see kids coming up to you and they'll have your hurleys next Saturday. Now there you are. But we'll have hurleys with youngsters. I don't mind the players. Players, that's fine. It's great. But there'll be youngsters will carry their hurley to Crow Park, and they'll be hoping to meet one of their heroes and get it signed. And if they see you, just say, oh, do you remember me? It's great. I love it. So first and foremost, like, I'm a hurley maker. And like I said, it served us so well. But for what makes me tick, you can probably guess, it's my sport. My sport is so important. Like Arsenal, being Arsenal and a Cork supporter all at one time, it was a hard 20 years. So again, my poor wife has had to live with that.
But she must be into sport.
Oh yeah, like I said, she's a Sligo woman, but she'd be fierce into her sport. She loves, like, she's going to the matches now. She's going to the game Saturday and is looking forward to going.
Yeah.
She loves going to them. And especially with the boys growing into it now as well. That, we were separated last year. No, the small lady didn't go to the final last year, so it was ideal for that, and she had the middle for the Tig.
That was the same with me and Noel now. We were separated. Noel had Hunter and I had Harvey.
Like Tig's first day out in Crow Park was the semi-final.
Same with the boys. Yeah.
And came away thinking, this is it.
Yeah.
7 goals, wow. Cork are brilliant.
Yeah.
And it nearly broke his heart.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, we stayed in Liffey Valley after the final last year.
John,
were we there together?
I stayed in Liffey Valley. This is fucking crazy.
Twins.
With my 2 boys and my wife.
Yeah.
And we were separated. Did I play for Newtown Children? I do have the jersey.
I got a beard.
And you have a bit of a beard as well.
Yeah.
And we're both ginge.
Yeah.
So fucking hell, John. Any spare All-Irelands? Come on. Do you want to throw them my way?
If we get there, we'll see.
We'll see. All right. But isn't it a great way to go to an All-Ireland, to stay in the hotel the night before?
Yeah. Relaxing.
You know,
yeah. No, I was nervous the night before that. I was nervous. But the following, after the match, when we got back, and the boys had cheered up a small bit because they're young and they're resilient. But like, I was thinking, we were going for food, and I was thinking, Jesus, if this is what hurling does to you, why do we do it? Like, I couldn't talk. Like, I ate my food, I couldn't tell you what I had. Yeah. But she understood. She knew, like, this was it. Like,
John, you won a minor All-Ireland for Cork back in 2001. That team was littered with future stars that went on to win senior All-Irelands. The match took place before the senior game, right? I have a few questions about that match, right? First question is, and I think I was talking to you before the podcast about this, like what was it like? What did it feel like to be representing your county? What number were you? Were you 12 or were you 12?
I think it was 12, yeah.
Wing forward, starting for Cork in our, like what we consider our best sport. Like I think everyone in Cork would agree, like we think hurling is our best sport. And like, as you alluded to earlier on, or you didn't allude to, you said straight, like, to get to this level, you have to be on development squads, you have to be good, you have to be the best of the best and stuff. But at that age, at that time, and that team was littered with fucking incredible hurlers. One of them lads went on to play professional rugby.
Yeah.
So it would have not been an easy team to make at all. How did that feel, man, to put on that jersey that day? Or how did it just feel just to represent Cork?
Yeah, like it's an honour, like no matter what age you are, that if you're playing the 14 and you're handed a Cork jersey, it's you have to say, right, I'm going to cherish this because it mightn't happen again. And especially on that day, like it's a magic day. Like going up the night before, you're meeting, like you just can't wait for the thing to start. And when I say start, get on the train, meet everyone, get on the train. And like you're with your buddies who are in the same scenario and everyone pulls each other through it. Like it's daunting, all right, right, you will have a time where you're thinking, right, this is going to be on television and everyone's going to see this now. Like, and I want to play well. But I would say it's definitely one of the best days of my life. Like, it was.
Isn't that fucking so cool, man? That you don't have a regret about it. Like, obviously, how could you regret it? You ended up winning it. Like, and you stopped that Galway team for doing 3 in a row that day.
Like, if you look at the score line, it was like with modern hurling, the score was low. But like there was still, it's so intriguing like that, like you Ger Farrer all over the field that day. Remember he was taking line balls. Yeah. He was everywhere taking line balls. I think they ended up flying him because he was in the full back line taking line balls, he was in corner forward taking line balls, he was everywhere. But like there's people coming just to see Ger Farrer do 3 in a row. Like we were kind of written off. But like you said, we had Tomás O'Leary, who was an outstanding hurler. Shame he didn't get to play more. Satanta Halpine again, like
Satanta, like
Satanta was he was a prodigy.
Like I just get me wrong, like I absolutely love the amateur ethos, but I am my head is starting to turn. I saw Kobe playing above in Croke Park last weekend. Yeah. And I'm like, why should we not have him when everyone else is making money in the GAA outside of the players? Like, everyone is making it. Like, freaking Caroline Currid has been, whoever's paying it, there's people making it. Do you know what I mean? And there has to be something.
Kerry kept David Clifford, like. Kerry could keep David Clifford.
But, like, they also lost a good few players. Yeah. They lost a good few players. Now, Satanta, like, in hurling, you wouldn't lose that many, but, like, Satanta was, as you said, he was a special player.
He was, yeah.
And we lost him at a time, and then
20 was he? Was he 20 when he
was it 20? Was it 20? Did he play in the 25? Was it under 24 All Ireland? Was it? Was it the? I think, or was it 23?
23, I think.
Was it 23? And he was gone the following year, then, wasn't it? And like, if you think about it, like we didn't win. We haven't won an All Ireland, and got to, like you probably think that we'd have won another one with him in and around the place.
Yeah,
and
like for the animal that he turned into.
Yeah,
he was huge. Like
huge.
Like John Gardner was on that team too. John was a big man.
Was Fraggy on the team?
Yeah, Fraggy was on that. It was a good forward line. It was Kieran Murphy, the 2 Kieran Murphys, Fraggy and Hero.
And Hero, Jesus Christ, I fucking haven't heard that name in ages.
He's still playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
How old? Sure, he must be.
He's 43. 43, yeah. He's down getting hurleys there recently.
Yeah.
Fergus Murphy's in Australia, but Fergus was really good too.
Yeah.
Love liquor. That's his probably downfall. But no, he was a great player too. There was kind of a bit of imposter syndrome in that forward line. But
like you've just named out there now, like household names, like Fraggy, like Satanta. You say Satanta, most counties in Ireland.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows G8, they'll know who Satanta is. O'Leary with the rugby.
Yeah.
And his father was Shawnee O'Leary was an amazing hurler. Like
Shawnee's goal was at the centenary final.
84 against Tipperary.
Golden bang.
Yeah.
Oh, what a goal.
Fucking goal, man.
Yeah.
And that's when the hurleys looked like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the dark arts were just normal arts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was just
it. Yeah. But like So yeah, I partly guessed that was going to be your answer. I wouldn't say it was the pinnacle of your career because you went on to do so much more, John. Afterwards, you played for Cork for the under-20s as well. Did you ever get a shout with the
I played
senior?
one challenge game, and I thought I played well the same night. No,
Yeah.
but whoever was in charge didn't see.
Didn't-
Anyway, look,
Yeah.
I knew probably that I wasn't at that level.
Yeah.
But it's too nice to get a game.
You,
I played with Joe Dean. Like if you could play a game with Joe Dean,
dude. The fact that you played for Cork at all is amazing.
I can remember a catchy ball from Joe Dean and put it over the bar. So
well, there you go.
I'm happy.
Why the fuck didn't they sign him up, lads? Fucking hell. And the thing about Joe Dean, interesting fact, he's about the same height as me. So there you go.
Yeah.
So if he could do it,
You're a
I
little
could
bit
do it.
quicker, maybe.
He was quicker, yeah. I remember being up in Hill 16 in 99. And we were huge underdogs and pissing rain down top of us.
Yeah.
And they chanted Dino. Dino.
Yeah.
Dino,
Oh, that was a great day.
Dino.
That
Oh
was a
my God. I
brilliant
was
day.
never more happy to be out in the rain.
Yeah.
Brilliant day. John, I just want to touch on that All-Ireland again, right? So there was a beautiful tradition that I think all GA people across the globe loved. And that was when our senior All-Ireland hurling and football matches were on, the minor match was on beforehand. And back when you were playing minor, it was under 18. It's under 17 now, right? And they disbanded that, right? And they were saying, look, it's a bit too much pressure on the kids, and they're only young people and they're doing their leaving certs. And I always thought myself that was a load of bollocks. I was like, the reason they're doing that is, for example, one of the reasons I think, right, was money, right? And I think, to give an example, is the year you played in the final, was it Tipperary and Kilkenny were playing in the final?
Tipperary and Galway.
Tipperary and Galway were in the final, right?
Yeah.
So there would have been 4 counties pulling off tickets for that match. And as you well know, you put on an All-Ireland and Louth have a chance of getting to the football All-Ireland now in a couple of weeks' time, right? Do you think the football All-Ireland there's going to be an empty seat in the county? There's never an empty seat for All-Ireland. And they're probably thinking to themselves, look, we can fill these seats anyway.
Yeah.
Let's fucking put this on and have another cash cow here.
Yeah.
And I think it's to the detriment, and there's a few things that are happening because of money decisions that I'm not personally happy with. But obviously I have no say in it. I'm only a comedian, podcaster fella. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that their excuse of it being a bit much, too much pressure. I suppose the question that I on it is, did it inspire you or did it terrify you?
It was brilliant. Brilliant to be playing before the senior team or before the senior game, and being on fair enough, when the game starts, the crowd isn't massive. But by the time that game was over, there was a big crowd in. Even, I know it's different now, it's going back to the semi-final, but I remember that we conceded a goal late against Kilkenny in that semi-final, and the noise that was made, Kilkenny were playing the same day, but the noise that was made when they went ahead against us, it was something I'll take to my grave. It was a phenomenal noise. Now it was great to go down and get a goal to win it ourselves, but great. There's no, say for the semi-finals this year, the minor championship, they didn't have that opportunity to have a core memory just shoved into their head.
Well, Limerick won the minor All-Ireland last weekend, right?
Yeah.
And they beat Tipperary. So let's just say that game, let's say Limerick get to the All-Ireland final this year and those Limerick minors get to play in front of an All-Ireland where Limerick are in it and the fans are coming in. Gives them a small bit of an advantage. But look, listen, at the end of the day, the better team is going to probably win. Those kids are going to have that, as you said, in their bones forever.
Yeah, and if you talk to the Limerick lads from last Saturday, they'll probably tell you that was the best experience of their lives, but there was potential maybe to have better.
It's always going to be great.
I think there was between 12 and 13,000 below the Gaelic grounds. Having All-Ireland at home and winning at home must be something special. But that's a rarity. It's never always going to be at home as well. I still think those Limerick lads would say, get us to Croke Park. And to be honest, I think it should be 18 as well.
I think minor should have stayed at 18, and I think the game, it brings people into the state. There was a double header there last weekend, and there's another argument, it's too long for the kids. I went with my 10-year-old last weekend who's autistic, and we stayed for the 2 games.
Yeah.
And we brought enough sandwiches, and there was enough water with us, and there was his ear defenders if he needed them, and he loved every single. All that was annoying him was that he couldn't run onto the pitch afterwards.
I think that's a common thread with kids.
With kids, that's the only thing that was annoying him. And it's interesting to hear from someone who was involved in it and played in it.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic day, and I had more attention probably after on subsequent finals because of it. Just actually thinking back, that they're so lucky they get to go out here and do this as young fellas. I would love for it to go back to 18 and be played in front of the All-Ireland final. But as you know,
the times are changing.
Yeah.
Well, look, I suppose we just have to keep shouting about it. How did you celebrate that game?
No, at the time we were 18.
So you didn't do it, you just went home, is it?
We had a good time. Do you know what actually happened? I'm
listening to you here now. I'm actually just getting my next question.
We were boozing. There's no point lying about it. We were. But we had such a good time that I'd say the majority of us slept through the whole 9/11 thing. I know about mobile phone at the time, and I woke up in David Cashman's house, nephew of Jim and Tom, and we said, let's go get a chicken, and the world was falling apart around us, and all we were worried about was a chicken.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah.
So I think it was probably the following morning I had woken up in a house, to Bertie Oak Murphy's house. Do you remember Bertie Oak?
Was he Cantor?
SARS.
Oh no, sorry.
SARS.
I might think of Bertie Troy is who I was thinking of.
Woke up in his house and his wife was telling me about it. What? This is a whole day later,
Yeah.
Said,
it happened a year, you didn't hear about it on the day at all,
No.
Christ, I'd say you were probably a handful of people that didn't know, that's gas,
But I had a full belly of chicken, though.
Yeah. Where did you go? Was it in Cork City? Was it out around?
Yeah, it was Cork City, and they went out there and zoned in because they had the captain. Tomas was captain. It always ended up back in the city. Like that time now, you had, I think it was a pound of vodka in Garby's.
A pound?
Pound of vodka.
A pound of vodka.
Yeah, so you couldn't go wrong.
Christ almighty, and a pound.
And I think we wore the suits till there was holes in the knees, and we were thinking they'd be babe magnets, but for some maybe. Not this skinny ginger fella.
I was partial to an old kind of a calculated cut across a pair of jeans to have the knee out as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Back in the days. Yeah, amazing, man. Absolutely amazing to play it for Cork, to have won a medal for Cork.
And we're actually having a reunion in September. I think we decided there's a group.
Beautiful.
I'm looking forward to that now.
Well, where do you go for that?
I don't know. Tomas O'Leary's organising, so it'll probably be something highbrow.
Yeah. Oh, it's Tomas highbrow.
Oh, very highbrow guy.
Okay, very good. You might go to like Garby's is closed now. You know that?
Yeah, for one night only, maybe.
Hayfield Manor.
Pound of vodka.
I have a question about your dad here now, right? But I'm also very cognizant that people that are listening to this may not know who your dad is. So I just have a small bit to say about your dad here, right? So Bernie was your dad's name, right? Is your dad's name, right? And he's from Wheeling in
The highest village in Ireland.
The highest village in Ireland. I was there on St. Stephen's Day this year. I went back for my father. We went back, my young fella, my father, and my 2 cousins, and we were back in Tullylease, and we were back in Whaling, and we were in Newmarket, and we ended up in Ballyclaw, and then back into Kanturk.
There's meeting limestone everywhere.
I was the designated driver, unfortunately, on the day, but by the time I got back to our house, I was allowed to have a drink. But born in 1949, right? Bernie was a precocious talent who played senior hurling for Duhallow. I didn't know this, age 14, and like yourself, John, won a Cork Minor All-Ireland medal in 1967 as full forward. He had a long club career with Wheeling before transferring to Newtown Chandram in 1986, where he continued to play into his late 40s. As a coach and a manager, and this is, I think, is very interesting, right? He became transformative. He developed a distinctive short-passing, possession-based, high-support style, often described as, and these aren't my words, football with hurleys, right? Emphasising speed, intelligence, accuracy and teamwork over traditional long ball or physical dominance. This suited lighter, pacey teams and influenced Cork hurling in the 2000s. Bernie coached underage teams relentlessly, building the famous Miracle Class of 85. This is what ChatGPT said to me now, right? A group of boys, including his own sons, who dominated from under 12 level. He led Newtown Chandram to their first Cork senior title in 2000 and returned for more success. Now, there's one black mark on your father, and I'm really sorry now, and I'm going to say it to you. He managed Kerry.
He did.
And I have a problem with that.
He did.
All right? But only briefly. It did say here briefly.
It was very brief.
So we leave him off. Had a very successful managerial career, coached other clubs like Milford as well as that. Off the field, he runs a successful hurley-making business in the village with his sons. That's what ChatGPT said about it. I just didn't want to put my own words on it. But I do think your father is an iconic individual. And my question is, how big was his influence on you? And what kind of a relationship? Was it hard to have a father-son relationship and a hurling manager relationship? Or was it how I always was interested in, you were a high-performance hurler playing in a high-performance hurling team for the best part of a decade. And Bernie was right at the cutting edge. Because he did transform the way we played. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah. That way we played, like, firstly with him, like, need to be really, really brave to do what he did, because every day we went out, there was some negative comments towards the way we were playing hurling.
Yeah.
In his eyes, he was making the most of the situation he was in, and it was just logical, right? We had a small, quick team. What you do, put the ball down top of him? No, you keep the ball, move the opposition around and see, can you find holes?
Yeah.
So, like, it was pure logic to him. But see, you traditionalists who wanted you to play their way, break hurleys, hit fellas and land the ball into the square. Or just, not even into the square, just hit the ball as long as you can.
As long as you can.
Yeah, and if it goes wide of the corner flag, fuck it, we'll go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the goalkeeper years ago. If he had a good puck out, it didn't matter if he could. Like, he's a great puck out. Put him in goals. Like, hit it as far as you can. It doesn't matter where it goes.
Yeah. So like he had to be brave, but no, he was stubborn. Like, Jesus, stubborn as a mule.
Was he?
Yeah, is.
Did he came out and made Harvey's hurley the last day when I was there. Was that your father?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Jesus, I was saying to Harvey after, I said, I think that was the famous Bernie,
And like he's much mellower now. Like, he's 77 this year, so he's much mellower.
Yeah.
But like, he still comes out like that. He helps me out a lot. That be lost without him, really, because with being so busy now that. I need that little bit of help. Yeah. So he's great. He'll deal with customers. He does a Saturday for me. We have a great relationship, to be honest. My mother would say I'm Dad's boy, because I'd always be defending him.
Yeah.
That he does some queer things and I defend him.
Yeah.
But he's
But like, John, what does he do that's queer? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what does he do that's queer? Because I think all the great managers were a bit fucking queer, a bit tapped.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Brian Clough was a fucking genius.
He was never as bad as Brian Clough, I don't think.
But Cloughie was probably the most bizarre, like, kind of out there fella.
Yeah.
But like, you could tell, like, I don't know your father at all, but I could tell that he was definitely had his way, and you were going to do his way.
No, you say that, like, I remember there was one time he was telling me, this was a conversation at home, but telling me what he wanted out of me. And I know what he meant, and he knew what he meant, but he said, I don't want you to use your hurley at all. Right? I knew he didn't mean that, but I got stuck at him and said, I have to use my hurley. And he knew that I had to use my hurley, but he was stuck on what he said. So the two of us were over and back for about 10 minutes. I have to use my hurley. And he said, you can't use your hurley, do what you're told. And it went on for 10 minutes and we fought, but ended up, we understood each other. We knew exactly what we were talking about, but we still had to have a fight about it.
And that's the father and son thing.
And we still do that.
Yeah. Were you close to him growing up? Like,
definitely. That at the end of the day, that your father's your father, and he. People probably wouldn't realise it, but he's got a softer side as well. Like,
of course,
it's not all hard. He's very much about his family. Like,
so
first and foremost, he's a father, but when he's in coach mode, he's in coach mode. And coach mode can drip into father mode as well. Like, father mode never tripped into coach mode. But we understood.
I suppose it would be hard to separate them as well, especially when you were in your pomp, you know, and you were in like...
And I think he made sure that we were going to get it harder than anyone. So nobody could say, oh, they're on there for...
Yeah.
Like, I remember we played a county final, under 21 county final in 2000. 2000, yeah. So I was 17 and we were playing the Glyn and we were hot favourites. We were going for 3 in a row. And the majority of the fellas who were on the age had won the first one. So we were hot favourites. But we were going through the motions. Like, we weren't playing well. And we went in at half time. It was on for my... But the first thing he did, he went for bin. And he gave it to bin. And the rest of us were, fucking hell, what's he going to say to us? So instead of giving him a chance to get to us, we put on our helmets, says, come on boys, get out. And we don't win the match. But like, we were just afraid of our lives. If he could go for bin, what he would say to us.
Yeah.
So we made sure that
he's a big, your father was a big man, like big imposing man. And like, I can tell you now, like, I would like, just from watching him, I was like, I would be fucking petrified of him. Like, do you know what I mean? To say, and like, I would say, whatever he'd say, jump, I'd say, how high, Bernie? You know?
We were all like that. As a coach, he was like that.
Yeah.
But I think, and we'd speak about this regularly, but he was respected. People didn't have to like him. A lot of the time I didn't like him because he'd be stuck in you. But we'd go on, we'd figure it out again. But everyone respected him, like that. If he he did a fierce thing for correct us on the field. So if you made a mistake, you were corrected there and then. And at times, like, there could be a stand full of people, like, and you were corrected. Oh, for fuck's sake, like.
Yeah.
But you know, he was correcting you because he said that's time to learn. Not after, when you have to try and go back and think about it again. You know exactly there. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
like we were playing a club semi-final against Ballygallagher and we just got over the line the same day, but I caught a puck out and Ben was running past me, and instead of passing to Ben, I took the shot. I thought the shot was on, like, the ball went wide. So when the ball was wide, it was always the wrong decision. But he called me out, so I was on the far side of the field. He called me to go over to him in front of the stand, and I felt about that big, like, and he said, all he said was, don't do that again. Yeah. So it was nearly the exact same play. 2 minutes later, I caught the ball, Ben was running past, I passed it to Ben, and what did Ben do?
Over the bar. Yeah.
So if I did that the first time, we'd have won by 3 points.
Yeah. I suppose it's a fucking hard job. Like I can only imagine what it would be like to coach your young fellas at the highest level, like, you know. And sure, at the end of the day, deep down inside, all he ever wanted, like any father / coach would want, is for his boys to do their best.
Yeah,
do you know
and he knew too that Ben and Jerry were different level. Like, he knew that.
What was it like? Like, they're older than you, Ben and Jerry, aren't they?
4 years old.
4 years older than you. Did you just, like, what was it like growing up with them? Because they were, so my friend Danny McCall of Ballyclub, brilliant.
Danny rubbed us a few times.
Danny was on Danny played Avondhu with Ben and Jerry, and he still to this day will say that and Bernie was over them, and great team. It was a great team, and he was like, he was just to this day, he said, like, you never saw anything like the two boys. He was like, they were like machines, like. And they and Ben broke on in 99, wasn't it? He broke on in 99, and Jerry came in. Was it the following year? Was it the following year? Was it 2000? And
was it 2001?
Or was it 2001? It was either one of those years anyway.
Against Kerry anyway, his debut.
He made his debut against Kerry. They won the same day, I'd say.
They won the same day.
Thanks be to God. But like, those two lads are like superstars. Like Ben O'Connor is like, you know, and Jerry, they were absolute superstars nationwide. And like, what was it like growing up having superstars in your house?
Like,
they're your brothers, like, they're not superstars to you, like.
No, they're definitely not. That there was a lot of, you'd fight as good as anyone else, like. But I suppose you're trying to hold on to their coattails a small bit.
Make you better, I presume, and make anyone better playing.
I don't know that, like, it was hard in a way. Like, I remember the people telling you they'd mean nothing by it, but they'd all say, like, you're not as good as the boys at all, are you?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ!
No shit.
I'm playing. I have a minor medal there, lad.
Yeah. But I like, at the time I felt it didn't bother me. But I suppose like if you hear that repeatedly, it might wear you down a small bit.
Yeah.
Like if my name was John Murphy, I might have been regarded as being a little bit better than what I was.
Yes.
I was just, when you were John O'Connor's, I want as good as the boys.
Like if you're being compared to Messi, like, do you know what I mean? Like you could still be fucking scoring 20 goals a season. Like, but
you could be Ronaldo, but no, I wasn't Ronaldo either.
Will we give you Batistuta?
I take Batistuta.
Batistuta was a brilliant striker.
Yeah, I take him right now.
I take him as well. Yeah, actually, fantastic career. Gabriella Batistuta. The Gabriella Batistuta of Newtown Chandrum, lads. You heard it here. I could imagine that something that would be annoying. All right, that would be annoying. But like, did you get on well as brothers? Like,
like that. We're not deep conversationalists with each other. Like that, I think normal. Yeah, that you'll have a slag. Yeah. You probably talk more when you had a few pints in you. And then the following day you'll
never talk about it again.
Yeah. But it happened.
Remember what you said there last night? No, I didn't. I don't remember it at all.
But I'd say I could easily say now that the last time I hugged Ben will probably be the last time I hugged him. To the after county final in 2003. That will probably be it. Like, there'll be no more.
Well, I hope you fucking hug him this year, man. I hope you hug him this year. Wherever they go after the All-Ireland final.
No, it has to be like it would have to be like the 5 minutes after winning a game. Like, otherwise the adrenaline's gone down and there's no way I'd be hugging a brother. No.
There's no way you'll be hugging a brother.
No.
Jeez, you'll have to hug him, man. Tell him you love him. Give him a big kiss.
Yeah.
I fucking love you, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, Connie said to say it.
Connie said it.
This is there. Wouldn't mean it at all. So yeah, okay, John. We're absolutely, this is an enthralling conversation for me. Thank you so much. I'm really genuinely enjoying it. And we are probably going to beat the Rob Heffernan 1 hour and 40 minutes. We'll probably split it up into 2 episodes. Did you pray before games? Do you pray? Do you have a relationship with God?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of the great gifts of my life that I have a relationship with God.
Brilliant.
Like, I'd go no place without my beads. Like, I carry them everywhere. They're there with my daughter's hair clip, but I carry them everywhere. Just that I always feel that there's always an opportunity to have a conversation or ask for something or something like that. You know that. You know, I heard someone say it once, like, you know, that if you had a girlfriend and you only spoke to her in the morning and the evening before going to sleep, that it wouldn't last too long, the relationship. So maybe talk a few times throughout the day.
Yeah. That's interesting now.
Well, I'd hate to think that the people who are gone before us are just gone. And I'd hate to think that I'm going no place either, like that. So I'm putting my money on that. And
well, if you're putting your money on hope as opposed to absolute abject no hope.
Yeah,
I prefer to be putting my money on where hope is.
Yeah.
You know, what's the alternative? There is or there isn't. Well, I'm going to say that there is. Now fuck off the rest of you.
Padre Pio used to always say, "Pray, hope, and don't worry."
Yeah.
Leave it all to that.
So, can I ask you about prayer? I'm going to say this actually to the podcast again. I am looking for a priest to come on to my podcast. So if you know a priest who's interested in talking, I have a few questions, genuine questions that I want to bring a priest onto the podcast. If you know anyone, please hit me up, corneliusthecomic@gmail.com, and I will email that person. But John, back to God, right? So you're talking about prayers there now and talking to God. How do you're like in the morning and the evening, so and you bring your prayer, like if you sit there, if you're asking for something, is it in the form of prayer that you ask him, or do you just be in, like you could be in the car there and just go, would you have a conversation with him out loud or in your own mind?
I do both. Like I pray, I pray our fathers and I pray. Like I find, now that I haven't cycled for a while, but I found when I find it tough on the bike, I just start saying Hail Marys. And all of a sudden you'll be gone a mile, you'll be gone 2 miles, you'll be gone 3 miles. And just get you through it. But in terms of asking, I just talk. And when I started doing that first, I found it a bit awkward to just talk. Felt like talking to myself. But I think you get the answer back somewhere. It's not, I don't anyway hear a voice in my head saying, John, I'm going to do this for you.
Yeah.
But I feel I get the answers back with signs.
Yeah. And things, yeah. So like, I just want to deep into that because I'm back praying, right? After years and years and years and years of like not being a good, like I'm the prodigal son, like I'm coming home.
Good.
That's what I am. And And I'm interested in it because I do pray as well, right? And I'll do I did a decade of the rosary in the car on the way up now today, right? And I'll try and get on my knees at night time. Noelle will be laughing at me in the bed, but I try and go to bed late so she's asleep, right? Hop down on knees. Years ago when I was getting on my knees, I was doing something else, right? But I'm there and I'll say a Glory Be and a Hail Mary and an Our Father, and I'll pray to my guardian angel as well. And I'd be asking to, but I always do it I'll start off with blessing myself and I'll finish off with blessing myself. But I've heard people say, Jesus, I talk to God there now. I talk away there and I'd be just asking, talking to him. And I'm interested, do you do that outside of the prayers? And I'm not asking you for what you say now because that's a personal thing, but would you be is it by yourself? Would you just talk out loud or do you bless yourself to initiate it? It's a mad question now, I admit, but I'm interested.
I would bless myself, to be honest. I think that's like dialing the phone, is it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel the same. I feel the same. If I want to have a chat, I'll just quick bless and I'd be like, and then this is a weird thing then, right? I've been in the middle of a prayer, right? And then I'd be passing a church. I'd be like, bless myself. Did I just end that there? No, I better start it again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It is like kind of like dialing the phone.
Well, I think I found it hard to get into it. It started, now I've been praying all my life, but talking out loud, I think it started after my grandmother passed away only a few years ago. She died in 2003. But we used to call to my grandmother an awful lot and have the conversations. So I didn't want that to die. So I started going to the grave and trying to speak out loud to her. Lovely. And I found it hard at the start because you weren't getting the answers back. But I'd say to the boys now when we go to the grave, I said, say something, Nana. And they do. They all say something like.
It's lovely, man.
Yeah.
One second now. Your kids.
Yeah.
That's lovely, man.
Yeah. And they do. And they try their best. They find it awkward because 2003, that's a long time ago in their lives. So their memories of my grandmother wouldn't probably be as fresh. But I had 40 years with my grandmother. She was a great woman. And you don't want those conversations to just end.
No, you don't.
No.
And it's funny you talk about your kids now because I say prayers with the boys now when I'm putting them to bed. Brilliant. You know, and both their grandmothers were staying with us last night. My wife's mother and my mother, and my mother came down from Cork. She was staying the night anyway, and I was putting Harvey to bed, and we kneel outside on beside his bed, and it's so funny, because he has the words all mixed up. It was like, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou against women. And but obviously I'd be correcting him with stuff like that. But I said to Mum last night, I said, just come in now and watch this lovely little bedtime routine we have, you know. And afterwards, then we were talking, and it's actually my grandmother, God rest her soul, Mary, my mother's mother, who when I was a kid, there was a time I wanted to be the Pope, you know. I
said the same.
Yeah, I wanted to be. That's when I wanted to be. I wanted to be the Pope, and I go to mass with her, and she did all my religious early ages thing. And my parents went to mass and believe in God, but they weren't as religious as my grandmother was. And I kind of pulled away from it then. I pulled away from it for a long, long time, years and years and years. But it has. It's come back in now, and I am enjoying it, and I am getting solace from it, and I love talking about it because. Like you said there, when you're asking for stuff, I asked for something there recently, man. And you know the saying, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Well, I'll tell you, I fucking won't get into it here now because we have to wrap this up. But it's a lot, something just happened, and I was like, that is just so incredible. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird,
and I wouldn't want to preach either.
And I don't want to preach about it either, but I do want to talk to find, as this is called Conversations with Cornelius. I'm interested in your view on that because that's the view that's where I'm at. I'm kind of curious at the moment.
Yeah, I genuinely believe it's the best gift you can give your children. It's at times we're at mass and they're like, but eventually something will click with them. And
I don't go to mass now.
Yeah,
I don't go to mass. But but that's something that's another reason why, because I went to boarding school and I went to mass every day in boarding school, and I had shit enough experience with priests. I'll be honest now, and that's why I want to talk to a nice priest. Not saying that all the priests I ever met in my life were bollockses, but a fair few of them were.
But I think in that time you had this power thing. And I think that hopefully we've moved on from that.
Well, there's nowhere for that kind of cruelty to hide now, really, isn't it?
No.
Like, you know.
And rightly so.
Like I was in Coleman's. I remember one time in Coleman's, right? And I've ADHD. I only found out I have ADHD last year. You can't control yourself when you're ADHD. You're fucking just wired. Like someone be giving out to you, and you'd be just like my young fella Hunter has it now, just cheek straight back, like, you know, without even thinking of the consequences. Don't touch the fire, hand into the fire. That's the way I was. That's the way. But I remember I was always getting into trouble. But a priest put me outside the president's door downstairs in Coleman's, marble floor, right? One night at 10 o'clock with a Bible in each hand, kneeling, right? And forgot about me. I was there till about 2 or 3 o'clock. I had to just went up the stairs to bed, like, just forgot about me. And there was loads of that kind of, and we got the tail end of the stuff. I mean, what went on before us, like the corporal punishment was just horrendous. But I'm not so sure if I'm extreme. This is why I want to talk to priests. I'm not so sure if I'm extremely religious, as in I identify as a Catholic and I say my Our Fathers and Hail Marys and Glory Bees, and I believe in Jesus and all that kind of racket. But I'm not so sure about organised religion. I just think has been a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'd agree to a point, like, you know, am I going to eat meat on Good Friday? I don't. But why is that man-made rule enforced? Like I don't think God or Jesus care about these kind of rules. But I still feel that going to mass gives me a place to go. And like one of the things I take is Jesus said, "Do this in memory of me." So it's breaking the bread, drinking the wine. Do that in memory of me. So that's why I follow on. I go. Like I don't like when you see Vatican City and it's massive wealth, you'd be embarrassed a small bit, like you said.
Have you been there?
I haven't been, no.
I was there. Myself and Noel went there. It is unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. But it is opulent. Like, I mean, it is opulent.
That shouldn't be a case. Like, you see priests taking vow of poverty, but still we have mentions. Like, shouldn't happen.
There's a place down in south of Italy. Let's say, you know this place, for Padre Pio, a whole... Pietrelcina, a whole church made of gold.
Jesus.
Like, do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably unnecessary.
Padre Pio wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah. I think the church, I think the cross was made of wood, like, do you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. Padre Pio definitely wouldn't have wanted that.
No. I've been looking into him as well, like, and we don't have time now. But the stigmata is mental.
That's crazy.
It's just mental, like.
And like, there's things, do you know...
and we were talking about fairies at the start. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you can believe in some fella getting stigmatas in his feet and his hands,
why can't you believe in a fairy?
Why can't you believe in a fairy force?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's like no one fucking knows.
No.
Like, but I'm looking for a route back to mass. I'm looking for a route to get back, but I want to find the right priest, the right church.
And the wrong priest can put you off too. Like, so wait, the right priest will find you. Let that be your Tinder profile caption. The right priest.
Looking for the right priest to treat me right. Likes Holy Communion. Dislikes the devil. John, hurler to hurley maker. Tell me about your business now. You've taken up like.
oh God! Where'd you go after that?
Now tell me about your business. You've taken over. When did you take over fully?
No, it's myself and Ben.
It's your. Oh, as I thought Ben was a. Someone told me Ben was a postman.
He does a few things. But
does he?
Myself and Ben are
you're the proprietors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm there 17 years. So it's kind of when my father retired, I took his side of it.
Okay.
So what's that? That could be 10 years more even. But like I said, we're 30 years going. He started it. He was a stainless steel tank polisher, and if he had kept doing that, it would have killed him. He brought it with him into the hurley making, but he was a demon for work. Like, he was just crazy hours. He'd work 16, 17-hour days inside a tank, and like I said, that would have killed him. Would have made good money, but what good was that?
The richest man in the graveyard.
Yeah. We actually spent, it was funny, like how it was allowed, but like he could have worked all night, say Friday night in BCD in Charleville, and myself, Ben, Jory, and Paula did it, or maybe Marie, but we spent nights inside there. Like I slept in forklifts. If there was ever a fire in BCD, they were in trouble because we'd all the fire extinguishers emptied. They're all gone. But like we stayed inside there.
Yeah. Just brought you to work.
Yeah. It's
different times, man.
Yeah.
My old man would be selling cars years ago as well, and like my mother would be like, take him out of my sight, and I'd be in a car down in Clare in the back seat, and father.
You
be
learned
inside.
stuff from that, didn't you?
You'd see him doing deals with lads, and like then you'd be stopping in every pub on the way home for a drink. Happy days. 14 Cokes and 7 bags of potatoes on a Tuesday.
All good for you.
Yeah. And sure, look at me now.
No training then.
Yeah.
No training those nights.
No training. That's why I never that's it. That's why I never trained.
My dad was drinking.
Yeah. No, I did take after him. I was a good drinker.
We're 30 years at it, and like. It was, I suppose, it really kicked on. Like, it started off small, where he'd make hurleys for the locals. I suppose we had that bigger boss. You see the boss in that one. That we just had that bigger boss.
That's the boss there now. For anyone who's looking on YouTube or Spotify, I've the hurley that you made for me, actually, or that you picked out for me back in Newtown there a couple of weeks ago. Completely different to the hurleys that I would have grown up with. Like, I mean, that's like, and this is, I can testify now, I've had a good few pucks with it. Beautiful hurley. But like you can just hit the ball away farther. Like it's as simple as that.
Your sweet spot is going to be bigger. Yeah. Like, and I suppose our shape was distinctive as well. There used to be cutting kind of at the back. It's less extreme now, but it used to be more extreme cutting at the back. That would say the place where you'd be taking line balls, maybe to be a good cut there. And like there was method behind that as well, like that the handle would go down the centre of the boss, so you could balance it easier. Like the balance was nice in the hurley, that it was evenly balanced. But
we used to be obsessed with the grain. Everybody'd be like, someone would get a new hurley, and this is everything. This is what you do. You'd have a look at it. You were like, oh yeah, good grain in that chat. The grain is close. See, the grain is close there. That means that it's good. That's what like, the education
for me, no, grain never bothered me. Yeah. Like, I tell people now who are asking, what should I pick? Like, I'd say, right, pick it up and feel it. Don't even look at it. And if it feels right, that's the one. I'd look at it after, and if the grain is nice, better again.
Yeah.
But like my brother Jory, he never had a nice grain in his hurleys. It was always kind of a fishtail grain he'd go for.
Really?
That he felt that they'd never break. They'd feel good, but wouldn't look nice. So like everyone is different. Some people don't have a clue what they're looking at. Some people, like I said to you earlier, I had a few lads in earlier, 12 and 13-year-olds coming in now weighing their hurleys.
Yeah.
Whereas the intercounty players would hardly weigh them for you. They feel them in their hand and say, yeah, that's right. Take a bit off, maybe take the handle down a small bit. Whereas these young fellas they're gone to another level altogether. Jeez. And like, I know, when I was that age, I was told, here, there's a hurley. I picked that for you, or I made that for you, or whatever.
And you got on with it.
And I got on with it. Whereas now it's, that's what Johnny wants.
Yeah.
And let him have it if he wants it. So look, if that's what they want.
Yeah. That's it. That's the customer is always right, and mostly they're wrong. They're mostly wrong.
I'll say no more.
Yeah. But sure, look, I suppose the good thing about being a hurley maker is people are using them on fields and breaking them.
Yeah.
You know, so...
no, you want to... I always say, I want you to get value, but just not too much value.
Not too much value.
Yeah.
Do you supply many intercounty hurlers?
To be more sort of Cork lads.
Yeah.
That... Again, I suppose our distinctive shape doesn't translate all around the county or around the country. But the Cork lads would like them. And like, there's plenty of other hurley makers in Cork that supply them too. But we'd have a few that would be using them. And like, it's nice to see guys, especially the guys now, would say like Tim and Dara and Cormac O'Brien, that they're guys that would have got their first hurleys with us. So it'd be lovely to see them win All-Ireland now. I'd give anything to see them win an All-Ireland.
Yeah.
That, like, you'll have other guys. I'd love for other guys to win their All-Irelands, of course I would. But the fact that these guys got their first hurleys, they've been in for years.
It's a journey. Like.
Yeah, you see them and you say, like, when you, like, the first time they come to you treat them and, like, but you might forget them. But then they're back to you 2-3 times. And then you start building that relationship, like, and, like, that workshop that you were in, that's like Dr. Phil's office at times. Like, and
I got that feeling in there, man.
Yeah,
would you ever get like, do you know? Do you know if someone was buying a Hurley off you for 10 years and the next thing you saw him with someone else's Hurley, it would be like cheating on you, like? Would you be like, who's that? What the fuck is... what's wrong with my Hurley?
It wouldn't feel nice.
It wouldn't feel nice,
It wouldn't feel nice, no.
Kind of going behind your back, like.
Yeah, well...
It wouldn't happen, I'd imagine it wouldn't happen often anyway.
Actually, look, you have to understand people's taste will change and people want to try other things. That's why there's always so many affairs in the world, that people want to try different things.
Yeah.
But you welcome them back.
Yeah.
If they come back to you, you welcome them back.
Of course you do, yeah.
That everyone makes bad decisions.
Everyone makes bad decisions. That's a fucking good one. Tell me, is it hard? Is it a hard business? Is it a difficult business to make money in?
It's hard in terms of it's physical work. Like,
yes,
it's hard work. Like I said, both myself and Ben now, I say our bodies are crocked. Like, I was telling you there about my shoulder, like trying to sand hurleys with 2 bad shoulders, bad backs, knees aren't too bad actually, but like he had a hip replacement there this year, so it wears you down. Yeah, but I still like it's easy. Far away fields are greener. That we know the game inside out. So while there's ash, we'll keep going. And you know, John, isn't it a lovely way to stay connected to, like you said at the start, sport is your life. Yeah. Like, isn't it a great way? Like, I mean, the day I was back there now, I didn't know the gentleman that was there. There was another gentleman there, and the 3 of us ended up into a conversation. He's a Kilkenny man. Is he Kilkenny man, is he? And we were chatting away, and like he had an insight in something, and you had an insight in something, and I had an insight in something. And I came away, that's how this podcast came. I came away going, fuck it, I could have stayed there for another hour. Yeah, and look, there's that. From smallies, I know every youngster in the parish. Yeah. Whereas, like, I have friends going to get this. Who's that guy? I don't know. I know them all. Yeah. Right up to the eldest. It keeps you connected with all of them. Yeah. And it is like the guys that I hurled with in school or with Avondhu or things like that. That they're coming with their kids now. You know, all the time, other people won't get to see them, whereas I meet them on a regular basis. Often when your hurling career finishes, you don't meet these people, but I do. I get to meet them. It keeps me in contact with a lot of people. Now, sometimes I give out that I have to talk to so many people because it's constant, and then I'll go home and I won't open my mouth. Michelle said, because your battery's been drained from being on all day. It makes sense. Maybe that's why there's nothing going through my head. But it does make sense though. Like, I mean, your battery would be drained all day long if you're talking. I feel, to be honest, I feel the same, man. I will be at a gig and, you know, I'll do my gig and then afterwards I just, like, I'm flattened. I'm actually flattened. I'm like, hop into the car and, you know, put on a podcast and just get home and, like, no talking if I can. It's like... And do you live in Newtown then? It's debatable. I tried, when you hear yesterday in the news they're talking about easing planning restrictions, I tried to build in Newtown next door to Bin and Jury was down the road, and my grandmother, my uncle, my cousin were all down that road. Couldn't get planning. And the reason, I wasn't native to the area. I could name the planner now. Don't bother naming him. Don't bother naming him, because no, this up. Yeah. But now we end up buying a house. It's kind of right borderline Ballyhay, Newtown. Like, if I'm going to buy milk, I go to Newtown. Yeah. Everything's still done in Newtown. Yeah. Ballyhay, Charleville, Newtown, you could nearly throw a fucking slitter and hit from each of the villages. Yeah. Well, there's a station for Milltown, which is my townland, in the church in Newtown, so I'm fighting that one. So I'm saying that's Newtown Parish, but everyone else will disagree with me. Oh yeah, and they'll disagree with you on purpose, even if they know you're right. Like I said, if I'm going for a walk, I go to Newtown. If I'm going for milk, I go to Newtown. Yeah, it's like a buddy of mine now bought a house, and like we're trying to pull up the maps and everything. We think it's in Buttevant. He's saying it's in Ballyclaw, and there's 4 of us saying you're wrong, even though he bought the house. Well, he'll fight that one forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's never going to stop that fight. He'll fight it forever. Okay. Second last question, penultimate question. You're a father yourself now. Right, and you speak lovingly about your children, and even when I was back to you, there was a bit of pride in you, and you're involved with the under-10s, and like, what is important to you as their father that you want to instill in your children? Well, I meet so many kids, right, and one thing I really want, and outside of give him the love and all this, but you want them to be functioning humans, like that they're not going into people and not able to have a conversation or not knowing how to talk to people. So I really want them to be self-aware enough that, you know, they know they're...
Jesus, self-awareness it's not common.
It's not, and I probably don't have it at times either. Like,
but it's hard to be self-aware all the time. I'd be the same. Like, I think most people, like, if you're present all the time, you'd fucking go insane. Yeah,
but it's just I've come across, and I know you'd have customers coming to you, and you meet all types. But like, there's some kids who come in and say, "Geez, I hope the lads are better than that when they go into someone, or when they go into a shop, or they meet an adult." So we're constantly fighting that battle. But at the end of it, I want them to be able to look to me in 20 years' time that, right, I can go to him, we can have a chat, if I have a problem, I can go to him, we can fix it. If there's a body to be buried,
I can go to him, we can fix it.
We can fix it.
I'm living buried in Ballyhay. Yeah. I'll never think that it was you then.
Yeah. But no, they're like, I've 3 different kids. They're like, my eldest is the nicest boy you'll meet. My middle fella is moody, probably more so like me. His mother would say he's a bit like me. And my small lady, she rules the house. Like, I knew nothing about rearing children till I had a girl.
Yeah,
she's just a different animal altogether. She's great.
Yeah,
but like, she'd love me up to my eyeballs until her mom comes in, and then she'd say, "Fuck off, dead."
Yeah.
And the latest thing now is, seriously, she's 3. Like, seriously. But she's great.
Yeah.
Today was her first day now with a babysitter. She'd never had a babysitter before, so we're hoping that works out.
It's all steps, isn't it?
Yeah, but the boys never had one either. Like, that a regular babysitter this summer. Michelle will be working, I'll be working, so it's their first time.
Yeah,
I'd always have brought them with me to work, but it's too much now.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting. See how they get on.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with it.
Wish the babysitter the best of luck.
Well, look, I tell you, a good babysitter, you can't beat a good babysitter, man. They're worth their weight in gold. Now, listen, I have some terrible news for you, John. You have been sentenced to death for a crime you did not commit. Luckily, the jailer has taken a fancy to you. He was a big fan of the Cork minor team of 2001, and he has decided... We found him. And he said he's going to give this fella a starter, a main course, and a dessert for your last meal. You can have anything you want. What are you going to have for your starter?
Hard to beat wings. Hard to beat wings.
Hot sauce or barbecue sauce, John?
I'll be a hot sauce, man.
Okay, that's what we
do. I've had hot sauce. And I don't want to go too hot. Nice spicy, nice kick. Fred's, do you know Fred's?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a nice, a kind of a nice medium Fred's. I like it hot, but... Johnny, you want to taste them.
You don't want your arse like a Japanese flag the following morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. What are you going to have for your main course?
Now, main course, you have people, they'll be trying out different things there. Now,
fucking tell me what you want now.
I'm thinking more along the line of, right, if it's my last meal, if I'm going out that door, right,
and you're not coming back. You can have whatever you want. There's no judgment.
I want to have good thoughts going out that door.
Okay.
Right. So I'm thinking something nostalgic. And you'll say you can have it any day of the week, and possibly I've probably had it. I have had it this week already. But bacon and cabbage with the hard cure bacon.
I knew you were going to say bacon and cabbage. I just knew it. Are you having sauce with it?
YR
sauce.
YR, yeah. Loads of butter.
And
loads of butter. Yeah.
Pepper.
Maybe, but definitely loads of salt. And I'd mash it.
Mash up the cabbage.
Mash it up, yeah. Barbarian.
I like bacon and cabbage. I do, and it's a real traditional Irish thing, dinner. Like, and it's not made anymore. Like my mother said with us last night. I was saying this, and like I was talking to my wife and my mum late last night about the differences now. Like, we had a dinner now at home, a family dinner at home last night, and it was so wholesome and so beautiful. And Noel cooked a beautiful dinner. But it's such a rarity thing, like to eat with so many people now. Yeah. When I was growing up, we'd all sit down, and on a Monday you'd have the same dinner, and a Tuesday you'd have the same dinner. Yeah. And bacon and cabbage was a staple, like.
Well, like throwing the hardcore bacon in, then that's...
What's that now, like?
That's just cured in salt. It's beautiful. absolutely. Like you'd be chewing it for days after, but it's.
Can you make sandwiches and stuff out of it after?
Wouldn't it'd be too chewy.
Too chewy.
Yeah. You get yourself some hardcore bacon. It's beautiful.
And kabashta, baguna agus kabashta.
And I would be a YR. I'd have chef brown sauce. Yeah, I like it, but the YR is the one for me now.
I wouldn't have YR sauce. I like that dinner now, and I'd be criticising people on here the whole time with the food they pick, right? I would love that dinner, but not with the YR sauce. I'd have parsley sauce.
Yeah, I think that's a bit plain then.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I think the YR gives it a kick.
The YR, you like the spice. You have the spice from chicken wings.
But the chicken wings before bacon and cabbage probably isn't the way to go.
Who
gives a shit is right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you drinking with that?
I like sparkling water with lemon inside, natural lemon cordial.
Lemon cordial.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
With ice now, has to be ice cold.
A pint.
Yeah, ice cold.
Would you be partial to a pint of milk?
I do. I love a pint of milk. Bacon and cabbage, pint of milk, you couldn't go wrong.
It goes well with it. I'd be a pint of milk if I was having
Couldn't go wrong.
Yeah. And then for your dessert?
It's kind of country, but I don't care. It's my favourite. I'd eat it every day of the week. If I had it with 3 meals a day, I'd eat it with 3 meals a day. Rhubarb and custard.
Oh, fuck me, man. I think I have done this interview now with this question with 33 episodes, 34 episodes. I would have that as my last meal.
Yeah.
I would have all 3 of those as my last meal. Change the spice
sauce,
to barbecue. Put in the parsley sauce, rhubarb tart, and fucking custard. I'm nearly getting hard talking to you, John. Yeah. It's fucking delicious.
There's no a good one, but I'd have it. I wouldn't have the tart. I'd have the rhubarb in a bowl. Yeah, stewed rhubarb. Yeah.
So it wasn't tart. It was just rhubarb and oh wow.
Yeah. I'd eat the tart as well.
Yeah.
If there's no rhubarb, if it was baked into a tart, I'd eat it.
That is traditional now. Stewed rhubarb. That's so gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I must learn.
We had it yesterday at home. Like my mother did it yesterday. There was a lady that was coming in for holiday. She brought rhubarb with her, and we did it. And someone came in. I was eating mine, and someone came in for holiday, so I had to wolf it down.
Here, man.
I had to wolf it down, so I didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah, but you still wolfed it down, like
I wasn't going to leave it because someone would have eaten it.
Yeah, like warm, obviously. Like
I'd eat it warm or cold.
Which would your preference be?
I'd nearly prefer it cold.
Would you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
I'd prefer it cold.
That's the fucking training now from years ago.
Drinking a pint the following morning.
Yeah. Would you take a pint?
Yeah, I'd like a pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's your local?
My brother Raymond owns Ned's Bar in Newtown.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I wouldn't go that often anymore. Don't really wake you up hungover. But
on the occasion.
When we do, we do.
Yeah. John O'Connor, it has been an absolute thrill to talk to you. You're a fascinating character. This is the longest podcast I've ever done, 2 hours and 2 minutes and counting. And we'll be cutting this up into 2 episodes 100% because there's no one going to sit down and listen to me yappering on for 2 hours, but they definitely will be listening to you.
I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck with your business, lads. If you're buying a Hurley, go to O'Connor's in Newtown Chandram. We're going to put all their details into the description here on this podcast as well. There are links to their Instagram and stuff like that. I got my Hurleys there, got my kids' Hurleys there. John's a gentleman, has played the game, knows the game inside out and back to front, and his brother Ben, obviously, I'd say he knows a few things about hurling as well. Yeah. And it's just been a thrill, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, man.
Staying by the wall.
Come on.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Good.
We'll talk to you next week, guys. God bless.